Listen up, you hopeless romantic riding a unicorn through a fantasy land. This video ain't for you. If you're still lost in a fairy tale where your princess waits for you with a pure heart and her phone on airplane mode, hit the exit button now. Go watch a tutorial on how to please someone who's already mentally checked out and is just waiting for the right moment to make it physical. There's no sugarcoating here, no coddling, no painkillers, just raw truth. The kind that doesn't just sting, it crushes. If you're the type who shuts their eyes to avoid reality, congrats. You're already a VIP in the club of self-delusion, complete with a shiny sucker badge. But if you've got even a shred of self-respect left, keep listening. A cheating woman doesn't make a scene. She doesn't break down in tears, begging for forgiveness. She betrays you in the details, in the subtle shift of her routine, in the hollow goodnight texts, in the touch that used to feel like fire but now feels like a formality. And you? You pretend not to notice, because facing the truth hurts more than sporting a pair of well-decorated horns. Want to keep playing the fool in a fake relationship? Go for it. But after this, don't say no one warned you. You'll have to choose. Stay blind for convenience, or step up like a man with the guts to burst that bubble. You know when she's no longer yours? Spoiler alert, it's not when she stops sleeping with you. It's when she stops sharing her soul. When her eyes look through you like you're just another piece of furniture. When her presence is just absence wrapped in a fake smile. Women don't cheat like men. A guy stumbles into temptation and falls for the first cheap perfume that comes his way. A woman? She writes a whole damn script, with plot twists, costumes, rehearsals, and a full-on performance, while you're celebrating her loyalty because she never gave you a reason to doubt. She's already starring in a new chapter with someone who doesn't even know your middle name. And the average guy? Poor sap only figures it out when he's lost everything except his shame, because he ran out of that ages ago. But this video isn't about teaching you to be paranoid, it's about teaching you to see. To realize her betrayal started long before the motel room, long before the shady late-night texts. It started in the icy silence, in the robotic replies, in the "I'm tired" that became her default setting. Because a woman's betrayal doesn't start with her body, it starts with her soul. And if you haven't figured that out yet, congrats, you're the CEO of Clueless and Cuckolded Inc. Before we dive in, a quick shout out to our invisible sponsors. This video only reached you because someone with more sense than you already liked, commented, and subscribed. So do your part. Smash that like button with the same desperation you're clinging to, hoping she still loves you. Drop a thanks in the comments for the algorithm, because it, not you, decides who else needs this wake-up call. Enough stalling. Let's get to the 7 silent signs she's cheating without saying a word. Fair warning, after this, you either open your eyes or line up for the "I'm fine with being played" parade. The choice is yours. So is the fall. Number 1, the invisible disdain. Betrayal doesn't start in a sleazy motel, my friend. It starts right in your living room, in your kitchen, on your couch. It starts in her eyes. The ones that used to light up when she saw you, but now look at you like you're the line at the DMV. Bored, impatient, and itching to be anywhere else. It's that cold chuckle when you crack the same joke that used to have her in stitches. It's the sigh she lets out, like she's carrying the weight of the world, when you just try to tell her about your day. Small gestures? Nah, these are stabs disguised as routine. It's the signal that you're no longer the man of her dreams. You're just another piece of decor, functional but forgettable. And the worst part? You feel it. You know it. But like a pro at self-deception, you make excuses. Oh, it's just stress. It's just a phase. It's just her time of the month. Nope, champ. It's just disdain. And disdain doesn't vanish with a surprise dinner or last-minute flowers from the gas station. A woman who respects you might argue, disagree, or even get pissed, but mock you, laugh at your wins like they're punchlines, turn your mistakes into her personal comedy show. That's not love, that's humiliation with a side of smug. Here's the brutal part. The harder you try to save what's already dead, the more she looks at you like a clown juggling broken plates. Because in her mind, you're not the focus anymore. Someone else is. Another guy, another plan, another life on the side. Disdain is always the first step on the staircase to betrayal. Before she opens her legs, she closes off her respect. Before she gives her body, she kills the image she had of you. And when you finally catch on, you're not her partner anymore. You're dead weight, a burden. This is the sign every guy refuses to see. And that's why they're always the last to know they've been betrayed. They were already blind from the first empty glance. Number 2, the shift in rituals. Her betrayal doesn't come in screaming or kicking down the door. It sneaks in quietly with a smile, pretending to be just busy. It's subtle, almost invisible, unless you're too busy hitting snooze on reality. Those little rituals, man, those rituals, the small routines that made you think everything was fine, they're gone. Remember those sweet "good morning, babe" texts that hit before your alarm? Poof, vanished. Now you get a dry reply hours later with all the enthusiasm of a corporate email. Those late-night calls before bed? Urban legend now. The time that used to be just for you two? Suddenly it's hijacked by last-minute work, needy friends, or endless meetings that, funny enough, always pop up when you want a little attention. And you? You buy the excuses with the blind faith of someone who trusts their horoscope app. You cling to the hope that it's just a phase, just a busy spell, just the universe conspiring against your love story. Wrong, genius. It's just a new routine one where you're not in the script. A woman who's emotionally checked out with someone else doesn't flip a switch overnight. She unplugs you slowly. She deletes the rituals that kept you connected, replacing them with a new version of her life. One where you're not even a supporting role. Sometimes, not even an extra. But sure, she keeps up appearances. Every now and then, she tosses out a rehearsed, "Hey," or a "was thinking of you," with the authenticity of a bank ad actor. Just enough to keep you from getting suspicious. Just enough to keep the show running. Because this shift isn't innocent, it's surgical, it's strategic. She needs space to operate, so she starts erasing the traces of intimacy you used to share. You feel the chill, but call it a breeze. You sense the absence, but call it exhaustion. Her betrayal starts with the quiet demolition of your daily life. Because before she lies down with someone else, she builds a new routine where you're just a memory. And if you still think this is normal, congrats. You're officially the backup plan for someone who's keeping you on the shelf for convenience. Number 3, the emotional ice out. Betrayal has stages, but this is where the funeral begins. The emotional ice out is when she's already gone, come back and moved on, and you're still there, trying to light a fire that only burns in your imagination. She used to cheer for your wins. She was your biggest fan, the first to hype you up, to remind you how awesome you were. Now, you could win the lottery, get a promotion, or drop 20 pounds, and all you get is a half-hearted cool. Maybe a raised eyebrow if you're lucky. And when life kicks you down, when you're drained, frustrated, or just plain beat, instead of support, you get silence. A cold, empty void that makes Antarctica look like a cozy retreat. No questions, no warmth, no nothing. Just a stare that says, "Figure it out. It's not my problem anymore." The worst part? This indifference doesn't yell, doesn't break dishes, doesn't make a scene. It just sits there quiet. And that silence, it's the sound of the end. Because when a woman loves you, she fights. When she cares, she calls you out. But when she's checked out emotionally, she just watches from a distance, like she's stuck in a boring documentary, waiting for the credits to roll. You try to spark a conversation, reminisce about the good times, show her it's still worth fighting for. And her. She replies with short, distracted answers, like she's just waiting for the next notification from the real reason she's slipping away. Here's the gut punch. She's already cheering for someone else. The energy she used to give you is now funneled to a guy you don't even know exists. While you're still hoping to win her back, She's in a whole different emotional galaxy where you don't even register. Indifference is the poison that kills without a sound. It's when her body's still there, but her soul's already bolted out the front door with a new smile and a recharged heart for someone else. So get this straight. When she stops caring about you, it's not distraction. It's a choice. And when a woman chooses to stop feeling for you, it's because she's already feeling for someone else. You're just the echo of a story she's already rewritten without you in the ending. Number 4, the blame game. Now the show really kicks off, except you're the clown in the audience. A cheating woman, when she's neck-deep in her own lies, doesn't panic. She steps into character, and her favorite role? Making you believe you're the problem. Out of nowhere, you're the stranger in the relationship. She starts dropping lines like, "You've changed. You're so distant lately. What are you hiding?" You know what that is? Not concern. It's a script, a distraction. She needs you to stop looking at her and start staring in the mirror, wondering if you're the one screwing things up. Because she knows the best way to hide her guilt is to pin it on you. And if you start to get suspicious, start asking questions, start listening to that gut feeling screaming something's off, she cranks up the act. She accuses you of cheating. Yup. She's the one sneaking around, but suddenly you're the villain in a badly dubbed soap opera. The result? You fall right into the trap. You start justifying yourself for things you never did. You police your own behavior, try to fix yourself, burn yourself out patching up cracks she created. And while you're playing firefighter to a non-existent blaze, she's fanning the real flames with someone else, quietly, masterfully. This is the cruelest game, because she doesn't just steal your trust, she hijacks your sanity. You start doubting yourself, wondering if you're actually being cold, distant, or inattentive. And her? She's loving it. Your emotional chaos gives her the perfect cover to keep lying with ease. A woman who projects blame doesn't just want to cheat. She wants you on your knees, emotionally. She wants you apologizing for crimes you didn't commit, while she racks up sins behind the curtain. And the saddest part? It works. You buy into the role of the guilty party. You grovel. You beg forgiveness. You try to do better. Meanwhile, she sits back, calm, playing the victim, keeping her tracks covered and the stage clear. Her betrayal left the physical realm long ago. Now it's attacking where it hurts most. Your mind, your clarity, your grip on reality. You don't just lose the woman, you lose your inner compass. And that, my friend, is a bottomless pit. Number 5, the sudden glow-up. A cheating woman doesn't send a memo. She doesn't walk around with a sign saying, "I've got someone else." She leaves clues. And one of the loudest yet one guys love to ignore, because it's easier to live in denial, is this: the sudden obsession with her appearance. One day, she's chilling in sweats and a messy bun. The next, she's strutting out like she's about to grace a magazine cover. To meet a friend. New clothes pop up out of nowhere. Her perfume changes. Her hair's suddenly on point, and she's rocking makeup just to grab coffee. But let's be real. It's not for you. It's for him. She used to get dolled up for your date nights. Now she's primping to go out solo. And when you compliment her thinking you're scoring points, she barely blinks. Her eyes aren't fishing for your approval anymore, because her audience has changed. The excuse is always the same. "I'm just feeling good about myself," or "I needed a little refresh." Sure, Jan. They forgot to mention that this self-confidence has a name, a phone number, and probably texts her at 2 a.m. And here comes the classic guy denial. She's just taking care of herself. She deserves to feel hot. Yeah, she does. But when it's really about her, she loops you in. She asks for your opinion, shows off her new outfit, wants to know what you think of her haircut. When it's for someone else, she clams up, gets defensive, dodges questions, leaves without details, and comes back with a spark in her eye that has nothing to do with you. This sudden glow-up is the packaging of her betrayal. It's the shiny cover of a book she doesn't want you to read, because the story's being written for someone else's eyes. If you brush this off as just in your head, congrats. You're paving the road for her to keep cheating with style and a killer pair of heels. A loyal woman might level up her look, sure, but when she still respects you, she invites you into the transformation. When she shuts you out, when her glow-up becomes a secret, it's because her mirror's reflecting someone else's desire. Number 6, the strategic ghosting. When her betrayal has taken root, body, soul, and schedule, she needs one thing: space. Space to lie, to disappear, to keep up the act. And how does she get it without raising red flags? With a move straight out of an emotional warfare playbook: strategic ghosting. It starts slow. She cuts the invisible thread that tied you together. Those deep, flowing conversations you used to have. Now they're cold interviews. You ask, she answers in one-word grunts. You try to chat, she hits you with, "I'm exhausted." Her day? A locked vault. What used to be an open book is now a secret guarded tighter than Fort Knox. And it's not just emotional distance. The physical side fades too. Her touch turns cold. Her kisses lose their spark. Sex? A rare event, mechanical, just checking a box. And when you call it out, guess what? The rehearsed script. "I'm just swamped. It's just a phase. I need some me time." Nope. What she needs is him time. To live her other life with another name, another story, another plot. And for that to work, you need to be out of the picture. Emotionally out. Physically out. Far enough away that you don't notice the connection between you is now a bad Wi-Fi signal. This ghosting isn't random. It's calculated. It's her shield. The less she says, the less you can spot the cracks. Fewer questions, fewer answers. Less presence, less confrontation. She armors herself with silence, surrounds you with frost, and somehow makes it feel like you're the one not giving her enough space. And here's the classic deluded guy response. "She just needs a breather. It's her job. It's just stress." Wrong. It's the deliberate distance of someone who's already moved into another emotional zip code and left you locked in the basement of routine. Strategic ghosting is her fortress. It's where she hides while nurturing her other relationship without stirring up dust. If you miss this sign, congrats. You've been benched in a game you didn't even know you were playing. Number 7, the silence that screams. No fights, no slammed doors, no soap opera meltdowns. Just something worse. Silence, but not the peaceful kind, where someone just needs a moment to breathe. This is the silence of someone who no longer sees you as part of their life. Someone who chats with everyone else but you. Someone who, when they do speak, sounds like they're answering out of obligation, like you're a coworker dropping by unannounced on their day off. She doesn't complain anymore, doesn't call you out, doesn't ask questions, because she's already checked out. And the most heartbreaking part? You're still there, trying to spark a flame she doused with gasoline and a match burning any chance of a comeback. This silence is an emotional graveyard. And the worst part? You're sleeping next to it every night. You try to talk, she mumbles, "Uh-huh." You show affection, she brushes it off with, "I'm tired." You pitch plans, she changes the subject. Not because she's busy, because she's already living a different story. She doesn't talk feelings anymore because hers for you dried up. She doesn't share dreams because she's dreaming with someone else. She doesn't make plans because you're no longer in them. And you, stuck in your romantic haze, think it's just a rough patch, that she's going through something, that things will get better soon. No, this silence isn't a pause, it's a period. It's the most effective betrayal of all. No screams, no evidence, no trace. Just an absence that fills every corner of the house, every inch of the bedroom, every part of you. And the cruelest twist? This silence is the confession she'll never give you, because she doesn't need to say a word. Her body speaks, her eyes scream, her absence weighs a ton. But you keep refusing to listen, because hearing the truth means admitting it's over. Her betrayal started long before she touched someone else. It started in the silence she built between you. And if you're still trying to save what's already dead, congrats. You're the janitor of an emotional tomb, polishing wilted flowers in a relationship that reeks of lies. Final knockout, the last dose of reality. Now that you've heard all 7 signs, the question isn't, is she cheating? The real, raw, gut-wrenching question is, do you have the balls to face the obvious? Or are you gonna keep wearing blinders until you're the punchline of a group chat? Because a man doesn't lose when he finds out. He loses when he chooses to ignore it, when he stares into the void and calls it a shadow. Betrayal doesn't just happen. It's nurtured in her disdain, fed by shifts in routine, watered by indifference, shielded by projected blame, dressed up in sudden vanity, fortified by strategic ghosting, and buried in the silence that screams everything she'll never say. Each sign is a siren blaring like a fire alarm, and you're out here acting like it's just background noise. Most guys ignore these signs because a pretty lie feels better than an ugly truth. The result? They're torn apart inside, with a fake smile on their face and a cold woman by their side. Here's the part that hurts. A cheating woman never betrays alone. She needs a willing sidekick to play the fool. A guy who's okay with scraps, who buys flimsy excuses, who patches the holes in the relationship with more effort, while someone else has already taken the spot he thinks is still his. Don't be that guy. Don't settle for a role in a play where the story's already over and you're still rehearsing lines. If she's showing these signs, she's already made her choice. You're just late to the plot twist. The worst betrayal doesn't come from her. It comes from you when you betray yourself by living in a lie that's screaming in your face. She'll never admit it. She doesn't have to. Her body's already spoken. Her eyes have already snitched. Her silence has already confessed. The only one who needs courage now is you. Because in the end, this was never about her losing you. It's about whether you're willing to keep losing yourself for someone who checked out long ago.